Good afternoon, ALW. I said I'd be live yesterday, couldn't make it. Here I am today. Had a little bit of a computer issue. Hopefully people got the link and they get the message today. Hopefully the mic sounds better. Everything seems to be up on top, and we seem to be working pretty good. Thank you, Audrey. I'm glad. Glad I don't sound like I'm in a submarine anymore. How's that? Good? Better? Thank you, my man. That's my moderator, Audrey Weber. You know, I know people are probably going to watch this and catch up to me later, but here's just the general what I'm talking about today. I want to talk about the Walmart reissue line, the vintage, and the Toxitron collection, and see who has an opinion, what figures you like to see them come out with, if they continue going with that line, what direction you like to see that line go in, and things of that nature. I will remind people who do join in, because like I said, I'm not going to review this. Let's just keep it clean, people, and let's just have. There we go. Much better. And unfortunately, it might be that. Well, waiting for people to catch up. I have a couple opinions on Walmart reissue line. I definitely liked it. I actually have all but two of them, believe it or not. I don't have Kickback and Shrapnel yet. I'm still working my way to get those. But we are going to do a pan of the room real quick for people to watch this. I'm going to kidnap this for a minute. One second. There we go. First live stream. You really couldn't see this well. So when I go to do my reviews, I actually have a lot of things to review in here. RoboCop over there. I got a bunch of Predator figures I do not have out on display in here yet, though. So I am working my way. I got a lot of T-shirts and clothing line for Transformers. I was talking about possibly doing some wrestling belts. I do have the belts. You got Action Masters, wrestling figures, Stranger Things. There's the Toxitron line. Shattered Glass. That better? That better now? All right, cool. So we do have a lot to talk about. You know, first waves that came out was called the vintage. I'm on the phone as well. My son, who's also part of my tech department, who helps me out greatly. So as I was saying, there was a lot of figures that came out so far in the vintage reissue line. And going through the first waves, it was Optimus Prime, Starscream, Hot Rod, Astro Train, Soundwave, Rumble Laserbeak, Frenzy Ravage, the Devastator box set, Blaster Bumblebee, Warpath, Gears, Swerve, Outback, and Tailgate. That was the first wave that was released. I was excited to see them. And they were released in their original looking boxes, with the exception of Optimus Prime, who did not get his trailer. So the second wave that came out was Skull Cruncher, Hardhead, Mindwipe, Chrome Dome, Highbrow, Brainstorm, and Weird Wolf. It was okay. It was the Titans Returns figures in a Generation Style 1 boxes. It was okay. It wasn't my favorite, but I like him nonetheless. Next line that came out, which was the Beast War line, and I was really excited to get that. Tigertron, Cheetor, Cybertruck, Cybershark, Retrax, Canine, Wolfang, Iguanus, Rat Trap, Pterosaur, Optimus Primal, Scorponok, and Megatron. I agree. They should have given him his trailer. It was supposed to come out in a separate release, and they never did it. And then that brings us to the current line, which is the movie release figures, the vintage movies. They're the Generation 1 toys released in the movie accurate colors. And so far, we've gotten Perceptor, Thundercracker, Skywarp, Starscream, Hot Rod, Hound, Kickback, and Shrapnel. The last two I don't have. And when we did the room, we were able to see them in the corner over here and on the top of the wall. I do have all those. And overall, I like the reissue line. I really hope they continue with it. I think it's a good thing. It gives newer collectors a chance to see what we had in the beginning and appreciate what we have now for us as collectors, because the differences are night and day in a lot of them. And definitely, I want to hear your opinions and thoughts on that. I mean, out of the lines, I can pick out three of my favorites right now. I love the original Hot Rod. The only thing I didn't like is they packaged them backwards. His cannons and the back of the car were in the window instead of the front of the car. So, kind of silly. And then the Devastator box set, I was surprised. I went to pick that up. I found it by mistake at Walmart because these are all Walmart exclusives. I grabbed mine. There were 6 on shelf. I went back 2 minutes later after texting a friend saying I'll grab them one. They were all gone. No, I'm good though, but I will steal one anyway. So like I said, I mean, there was a good set. It was a good set. And like I said, I wasn't thrilled with the Headmaster set. I wasn't too overly excited because they were just re-releases of current toys in the new boxes. And here comes my tech department. Deal with it.
Was me.
You killed the Z05, man. Oh, God, he killed the Z05. Look at that. There, Z05's back up where it belongs. That's an extra one I have from my original set. It's kind of hard to see where it is now. Amen to that, but I love them anyways. Back to what I was saying. So they were just the... there we go, much better. It was just the reissues boxes with the newer generation toys. And then they came out with the Beast Wars, and I was happy to see that they are actually smooth blister packs with the original toys in them, and they're the original bios and everything. So I thought that was phenomenal. I thought that was great looking, and I was really happy. I was hoping they do a couple more, but we'll see what happens in time. And then the current line, I have all but 2. I don't have Kickback or Shrapnel yet, but in time, I definitely will be picking those up as well. I mean, I just grabbed Hound. I haven't opened any of the reissues yet, and I just saw a side-by-side comparison from another reviewer, and I love it. Looks great. Phenomenal. Just realized I'm leaning to one side constantly. Yeah. So definitely, I want to hear your comments. Leave them on the chat. Leave them on my page. What you feel, what you think of the series. Definitely something to look forward to. See where this is going to go. Going on that note, with something to look forward to, I had a request on one of my videos that when I do shattered glass figures, to do a comparison with the ones that they're mirrored off of. And I'll definitely be doing that. I have several of them right over here, like I did in the video, that I will be reviewing still. I mean, if you look to my right over here, you can see who's up next. I've got Gigawatt ready to go. And for those who are curious, I do assemble some cheat notes only because there's a lot of them in here to remember. And I want to have it written out and how I do it. I'm explaining how I do it because I was asked on my last stream. It didn't show up for some reason, but I asked, how do I prep my videos? I do the names. I already know all the accessories and stuff. But then I go through multiple sites, their cards, any information I can get on it, and I cobble together a bio for them. And then that's what I use when I do the video. So it's not just me pulling things out of the air. I actually look it up and research the figure. That's usually what takes me so long. Is I don't want to just go off one source. I want to look at different sources to make sure I have the accurate bio as best I can. And then if things are repetitive or they sound just too trivial or mundane, I just ignore that piece and leave it out. So that's how I set up a video, and then I have to, of course, shoot it like everybody else. And to everybody out there who does it, hey, phenomenal job. I think everybody out there who does this, more power to each and every one of them. And, I like to see a community of all of us coming together and just working together on the way we do this. Because I think it's fun. I'm in my relaxing time. So, hey, always more than welcome to come stop by and see what I do. And I give credit to all the other reviewers out there because it's not easy. It took me a long time to get the courage to do it. I toyed with it for over a year and a half, and then I finally did it. And I'm slowly progressing and learning how to do it better and better and more. And as I keep going, I'm just going to keep developing. Let's file that away for later. I mean, the other question I have for people out there is I'm also looking at what other figures would you like to see? I do have Witcher figures. Like I said, I have wrestlers. I have a couple. Not many. I have a couple Five Nights at Freddy figures I can review over, which I plan on doing. I've got pop figures, Legos, which I love doing with my kids when we do them. The belts. I'd like to see what other things the audience is interested in and see what you would think about. I just realized I got more stuff that knocked over recently. Problem with having a hobby room is a lot of things fall over, and sometimes you got to pick them all up and clean them. Yeah, we got He-Man, some Star Wars, Legend of Zelda, Ghostbusters. I did one of the Skyrim figures. I will do the other one. Apparently, it didn't go over too well, but I'm still going to do them because I enjoy them. Trying to see anything else in here. Deadpool. I got a lot of Deadpool stuff. This was actually an early Christmas gift because I actually like the Five Nights at Freddy's. I thought it was pretty cool. A little late to the party for it, I know. I just recently, not that long ago, got the games, so I've been toying with those from time to time when I have some downtime. Yep, I got Stranger Things up on the walls. I got the Stranger Things crossover. I did the review for it. I definitely could be doing those. I love collecting action figures. Some interesting Hot Wheels too. I've got a bunch of Batman cars, silly cars. I have a toilet Hot Wheel car. small little thing. It's in a case right now. Definitely, I got a lot of options. Things I want to expand out. Some things I do want to stay away from because I want to do my own thing, an individual. I don't want to try carbon copying other people's success. I want to be successful on my own terms. So definitely, I want to look at that. Yeah, we got Big Bang Theory. I got all the original cast of the Big Bang Theory up on the wall. I don't know if you were able to see that. You know, like I said, He-Man, we got Peanuts, we got the Street Fighter crossover sets. That's another set I'll probably be doing one day. Big Bang Lego, yeah, we got that sitting over here. That's on the other side. If you saw when I did the Action Masters, I went around the room. The Action Masters were right there. Yep, definitely. So there's a good assortment. There's a lot of things I'm going to go through over the time. And I definitely want opinions from people out there on what you'd like to see. Because to me, I could just pick things at random all the time. And I usually walk through here right now and I see ones that catch my eyes or something that may be related to one I just did because I just finished up the Constructicon set from Combiner Wars. And that was an interesting one. And then the last video, Devastator, took me multiple tries to shoot. I ended up shooting one of it one time, 30, 35 minutes. My camera crapped out right at the end. Lost the whole thing. So that was fun. I had to redo that. Yes, we can definitely do that. I have no problem doing that with you. I'm not going to do it alone. So yes, definitely I can do that with you. I have no problem building that. Yeah. Got a table right here to build it on. You just got to find a place to display it. Got quite a few more crossovers still coming over. We got the Ghostbusters. What was the other crossover? I just saw it. I just did that one. Ghostbusters. I got the two Ghostbusters. My buddy boy has been sitting on the edge of my desk. You are my son, and I admit that. Megatron from G.I. Joe crossovers. We're going to do a review on him. He's been sitting on the corner of my desk since the end of November. You can see him in a lot of the videos, so I'm definitely going to do a review on him very soon. This is a special gift. It was actually given to me by my wife for a birthday. And I thought it was awesome. So definitely a shout out to my wife when she watches this. She's definitely going to be, I don't know if she's going to be happy I'm mentioning her or not, but I'm not going to give her name because, respect. I love my wife to death. We do have a couple other figures in here. I just want to grab this real quick. The Linkin Park Soundwave Edition. This is one I haven't opened yet, and I'm debating whether I'm just going to do the review from the box, because you can do a shadow box with this, or I'm actually going to open it up. I don't know. This actually has good memories for me. It took me a while to track it down, and it was fun to hunt. Definitely. I have more Power Rangers coming up. And again, 90% of the Power Rangers, what shadow boxing? The front of the box opens up and it's a window box. It's called a shadow box. Most of the Power Rangers that I do on this channel, I do not own. My son, who's my moderator and who's doing a lot of the commenting right now, who's helping me out, those are his. And he loans those to me to do the videos. Yeah, I know. You got me. I actually didn't catch up on it. That was a good one. You did catch me with that one. Thank you. As I was saying, he owns them. So the credit goes to Audric Weber. He is the owner of the Power Rangers, which I have in here. Well, most of them. There's a lot of them I own, but he owns a majority of the ones I've been doing recently. So those are his, and he asked me to do a lot of them. And I like doing them because, it's fun for me. Plus, I learn about them. I don't know much about the newer Power Rangers. I know about the older stuff. up to about turbo is where I kind of like checked out mostly. Yes, I did buy it off you. It's sitting right up there on the shelf, and I liked it. That's why he's up there. And I learned a lot doing that video. I learned that when he drops, he bounces on the floor. He actually fell off the table when I was doing one of the takes, and he just bounced literally. And I'm like, that's interesting to watch. Didn't do it again, but it was funny to watch. The other high point I wanted to talk about, of course, going into the exclusive lines that I've been talking about tonight, was the Toxitron collection. And, I've done 2 videos on this guy, Toxitron. And I did a second video because I didn't think my first video was good enough. And I believe that. I thought I definitely needed to update it, make it look better. And that's what I want to keep going with. I have a couple other ones on the list. I think we're either over the top or just not where they could have been, especially like the Optimus Primal. I don't know what my brain was thinking. I did all the primals at once. I really shouldn't have. I should have just taken one at a time and focused on it. And I think I am going to redo that video rather soon. But again, I look at the Toxitron line, and this one here was actually my first Toxitron line. Yeah, and I was just reminded to let people know to watch the streams in 480 instead of 720. It lags. Nope, and I will not forget to mention that. There's something I want to mention very soon. I don't stay unfocused on what I get. I got ADHD, and I'm going to, like, shiny nickel on the floor, and I'll lose attention real quick. This was actually the first of the Toxitron line I picked up, was Grimlock. It caught my attention, and it was like 2 days later I went back, and like I said, I found Toxitron hidden on the back of the shelf. And since then, I've gotten the entire Toxitron line. Oh, I'm sorry. He said... Okay. Watch the stream in 480 or 720. It'll work a lot better. Definitely. But as I was saying, thank you. This is why I have him doing this, because I'm still new to all of this stuff. Live streaming, doing the videos, everything else. And there's going to be a new component coming up starting in January I'm working with, which will be part of ALW collectables. But I'll get to that in a few minutes. Like I was saying, he was the first one I picked up. Thought it was phenomenal. Very excited to see it, because I knew of this one. I knew of the recolor for Grimlock that they never released. I saw photos of it in a magazine the year they were supposed to release it. And then, of course, they got Mirage. And you can tell these are from the 90s. I mean, the colors on these are just outrageous. Interesting, but outrageous. I mean, I think it's cool. One more to go here that I'm going to show. Sideswipe. Just completely out there. So I'll do reviews on all these soon. I like this line. There is a bunch of unreleased Generation 2s they never touched. And I said it in the Jazz video. When Hasbro released Fire and Guts Convoy, and for people who don't know what that is, Power Master Optimus Prime, the 1988 version, was released in Japan in the exact colors as this Jazz. The orange and red. That was the color of Fire and Guts Convoy. And Convoy in Japan is Optimus Prime. They should have taken and made the Generation 2 Jazz in this color and released it with him as a 2-pack. And I think they missed the boat with that. And the only one in this line I picked up only because it's part of the line. I don't think the color scheme really matches all that well, is Laser Cycle. And I might as well just do the whole thing. This dead end. I know I keep standing up here. And cloud cover. So again, a lot of outlandishly bright colors. That was a Generation 2 line right in your face. And I thought it was pretty cool. So, but definitely. I mean, you can see with those, I'm hoping they continue going with that. Because like I said, there was a bunch of unreleased. And they have opportunities now with figures that look so much nicer that they could bring right into the line and just do over. I mean, example, I know this is shattered glass, but that's pretty cool. The white Soundwave with the white Ravage. I think that looks very awesome. They can do things like this easily. And now that there's so many more options for them to work with, this line could really go. And I kind of hope they do. Again, just one person's opinion. Really? No cooking class. As I was saying, they could also re-release some of the Generation 2s, in my opinion, with their original Generation 2 looks. I mean, you had Grimlock in the teal and in the blue that were released. I'd love to see a masterpiece figure of them. Thank you. I think I do, but we'll talk about that after I'm done. You know, I'd love to see that. Same thing with Snarl. You know, all the Dinobots that were released, Generation 2 Jazzes, a lot of the Generation 2s look very good. And I wouldn't mind seeing, even with, like Inferno, he come with that silly squirter gun. Take the Inferno we have and give it to him and re-release him as a Generation 2 reissue. There are so many options that Hasbro has with this that it's fun to think of what they could do if they actually went down and tried. That came out completely wrong. If they went and did this. I have no idea why the hell I just said that. But it is what it is. You know, the thing that I'm looking forward to, though, is the new Unity line. I really am looking towards Magmatron. I want to see him. I want to see what he looks like. I love the original Magmatron. I did a review on him. The only thing I have a complaint, and I'll say this to the day I die, what the holy hell the creator of the toy was thinking when he did the Dragon mode. That's a pretty good idea. Yeah. Definitely something to consider. Yeah. That's something I can think about. Reviewing the movies. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah. But as I was saying, but like the Unity, I mean, there's a lot of figures in there that I'm looking forward to. We can discuss that afterwards. Definitely. I like that idea. Definitely. I want to look at that. But going forward, you know, with the channel, like I was saying, there's things I wanted to work on. I am branching out. I do clips on TikTok right now, giving previews of what's coming up on my YouTube channel. And then I do short clips up there to let them see what I'm doing there. The other thing I'm doing next month is I'm going to be trying to do video streaming on Twitch for video games. Assassin's Creed, Fallout 4, Conan, you know, games that I really enjoy playing and I have a lot of fun doing. I love building. I love creating. That's why I think I kind of got into collecting, because I love to do different things with them. And the funny thing is, I didn't even start off. The biggest collection I have right now, which is my favorite collection, is the Transformers. That is not my very first collection. My first collection that I started with actually was G.I. Joe. And I had bunches of them. Yep, I will definitely do some games with my son. Gaming with him is fun. I have a lot of fun when we game together. It's just sometimes we don't always have the same games and stuff like that. But when we do play, it's a riot. Like we play GTA 5, he and I. And whether we're playing like that, or I play with my other kids online. If we're in the same room, we're playing online together, or we're playing in story mode. We have fun together. We have a blast playing games together. So I really do look forward to doing that with him and having just more and more fun. But as I was saying, when it came to collecting, I started with G.I. Joe, and my very first Transformer. It's G.I., not Joe. G.I. Joe. Get it right. My very first Transformer was Trax. And once I got a hold of him, I fell in love. I kind of got out almost instantaneously out of the G.I. Joes, and I started building this collection. No pity party for me, circumstances being what they were back in the day. It came between collectibles and family. Collectibles had to go. I lost 99% of my original collection. And then just built it back up. So that's just a little backstory on me. Between my family and stuff have helped me rebuild my collection as gifts and stuff, and literally have built a very nice little collection. It's not the biggest. I've definitely seen bigger collections. Into people who collect, I give everybody credit for it. It's not the easiest thing because a lot of us collectors, we deal with a lot of criticism. And I've had my fair share. I have my friends that'll bust my chops, but at the same time, they're being playful and supportive. I've also known people in my life that have literally put me down for it. And to the collectors out there who watch this, do what your passion is. That's my best suggestion to you. Definitely do your passion. Don't give up on it. I always tell people, just collect responsibly. Make sure your priorities, your bills, your financial statements are good before you go and collect. That's what I did. And for a long time, I wasn't doing it right, and I was getting myself in trouble. Nowadays, I am. I look at my finances, take care of my bills and stuff, and what needs to be done first. If I can't get a figure that month, there's always the next month. That's how I do it. You do your business, but that's just how I do it. There was one question on the last live that I did not get a chance to answer because of all the crap that was going on with it, which was that's one of the few I'll actually get on you, and I know it, so I'm going to enjoy it while I can because you're going to get me back later. I know it sooner or later I'm going to stumble over some words and you'll catch me, so that's my one cheap shot. You'll get more. What was I saying? Collectibles. I just lost my train of thought because he actually caught me with a good one. Collecting responsibility.
We're talking about doing the collectibles, but making sure your finances are good while doing it.
Thank you. So as I was saying, just be responsible when you do it. Like I said, I went through all that. Now I'm a lot better. And when it comes to collectibles, the fun thing about it is they're 99% of the time, they're usually available. Like I've gotten figures, I'm slowly starting to rebuild my Generation 1 collection. I've got a couple G1s. Yeah, I need pieces for them. I got to build them back up. But I will do it in time. I'm not rushing right out. Sorry, I had something pop up on my screen. I'm not rushing right out to go spend money that I can't afford. I don't want to do that anymore. I want to be responsible. And part of helping with that is one of the reasons. I'm sorry, it's dry in here, so I'm itching my face a lot. I started the channel. So, sorry, there were two questions I didn't get a chance to answer on the last stream because of everything that went down. The two questions were, why did I start this channel? And how do I determine which ones to keep in boxes? So I'm going to answer the box one first. If I look at it in the box, and I think it looks cool in the box, and got it, I leave it in the box. Or if it's a very rare one, like I want to open this because I want to see what it looks like. I know the general layout because I have the art. I have another one that's very similar to it. This is Legacy Minerva. She's a Walgreens exclusive. Very hard to get your hands on, in my area anyway. Buying them online, same thing. I've been trying to hunt this down for months, almost a year. Finally got one. That's true. Or if my kids say about to buy me a special one at Christmas or my birthday, I don't open that one up usually. But it's usually the rare ones or ones that I think are going to be important to me that I don't. Yes, you did find a Minerva for me. Yes, you did. Thank you. And those are the ones I keep in the boxes. Some of them I will open, like I got this crossover Stranger Things. I wanted to see what it looked like in person. I keep the box with it. It's like all my crossovers. I have the boxes with them. You can see, again, Gigawatts right there. The box for Gigawatts right there. I have one of the Ghostbusters on the wall over here, and then I have the other one open in the back with the box with it. The only boxes I don't have with them are like, I love the Jurassic Parks. Unfortunately, they're not window boxes, so you can't see them. And that's another big thing for me, is if it's a window box. You know, like I've got a masterpiece up in the top corner over here. I don't know if you were able to see it. Shattered Glass MP10 Optimus Prime. I've never opened it because it's a window box. It was a special gift, and I definitely didn't want to open that one. Because I also have MP10 right over there in that shelf. So I know what it looked like. So I wasn't too concerned with opening it. Same thing with the Ghostbusters. The one's a window box in car mode, and the other one's a window box in robot mode. I still opened the first one I got, but I have the second one in the box. I know what it looks like. There's a couple different paint applications on it. So I'm not going to open it. So it's kind of a picky choose situation on which ones I leave in boxes and I don't. Like right behind me, this box set is still closed. Hot Rod and the Wrecker and the Junkions. I don't have that open because it's a window box. I can flip up the top and I can see the whole set. So it's just a personal preference. And the big thing, I think, on that question was the second question. Well, the first question really was, why did I start the channel? And that's an easy answer. As a collector or as anybody who enjoys, you know, just Transformers or any action figure, you get stuck on some of them sometimes. Like I'll have figures that I get that don't have instructions and I can't figure it out. Smart ass. I wanted to set up a channel to help those collectors who get stuck on stuff. And a lot of collectors do it. They do the same thing I do. I look at a video. I'm looking for this particular transformer and I want to see this particular part. That's why I try to show the transformations. I don't try to rush through them. And, you know, if it pins or tabs, I want to show that so you can see what happens and why. But I also figured, hey, let's give what I know of the Transformer and learn even more. So when I get a figure, if I don't know any of the backstory, good example, didn't even know the figure existed until, you know, this year. I knew nothing of the backstory on him. I knew nothing of his bio, the creation of the toy, how long it had been in production. And I learned all that. So it's a good way for me to grow my knowledge base of collectibles, but it's also a good way I can give back to the community of collectors as well. You know, and it's catch or catch. When you go online, you're going to find quite a few people doing the same video, same figure. You know, it's nice to know that some people choose me, some people don't. It is what you feel is your preference. And I'm fine with it. I'm not going to be the biggest name out there. There are guys who've been doing this a lot longer than me, have way awesome productions, and I give them all the credit in the world. And they are top notch, and those are the guys I can strive to be like and do it my way. And I'm going to take my time and slowly build a reputation and build a fan base. I mean, I appreciate everybody who subscribed to me. It is phenomenal, and I thank each and every one of you. Every time I see another subscriber, it puts a smile on my face because it's like, hey, someone's caught an interest in what I'm doing. Because I expected, to be honest, maybe 5-10 people would watch me, and that would be it. Now, that is my main goal. I'll put a video out, whether 2 people watch it or 1,000 people watch it. That's not going to be my main reason for putting that video out. My reason is going to be to put that video out there So you can see how it is, see what it looks like. If it's a transformer, how it transformed. If it's an action figure, catch the details and see what it looks like. And the biggest thing I tell people, like my friends and stuff, is that is it up and running now? Is it up? Okay. So I just got told that it froze for a minute. So I'm going to backtrack just a little bit. When I see new subscribers, it does put a smile on my face because, like I said, I think it's pretty awesome that someone's taking the time to say, hey, I like what you're doing. But that's not my main reason for doing this. My main reason for doing this is because I want to help somebody out. And I'm going to put a video out, whether it gets 2 subscribers, 2 views, or 1,000 views. I'm going to take that video and put it out there because I want a fair chance for everybody to see, if it's an action figure, some details you may want to see before you actually buy this figure, what it looks like, what accessories does it come with? Is it something you're interested in? If it's a transformer, some high points and low points from my point of view, the transformation, maybe with the brief bio. And a little characterization, such as mold changes and stuff. Give you some information on the history of each figure that I'm doing. I try to do that. It takes time, and it's something. This is how I want to present my channel. I definitely want to do it like this. I am looking forward to honestly doing like Triptychon, Scorponok. You can see Fortress standing there. During the pan, when I'm doing my videos, you can see Black Zarok, Predaking, Devastator, all standing here. And I'm excited to those videos eventually, but things like that, I don't know how they're going to do. They're going to be challenging for me because I got to learn angles with those things because they're huge. But these are all things that fall into what I'm doing right now and learning. And I'm reaching out to the viewer base to see what you would like to see. I mean, you can see behind me, directly behind me, I've got the golden disc set, even though they're facing the other direction. Stunticons. You can't see it that well, but this Year of the Goat Soundwave Masterpiece Edition. You really can't see it, but there's the Christmas Optimus Prime, the Dead Optimus Prime, the video games. You can see Cliff Dumpster's blocks, and behind him is more of the video game figures. Directly behind me is the Siege line. All 3 series are all right there. You can see the Pretenders. I've done some of those behind me. Over here, you can see Bayverse and odds and ends shelves. And then I got Transformers Prime and more odds and ends. So there's a lot to work with. And all right, he's asked me to bring them over. Let's take a look at them. We got some of the Transformer Prime figures, which I've done a few. Like I'm going to be doing Jetfire very soon. And I like this Jetfire. I think it's a phenomenal figure. One of the closest ones I've ever owned. And then one of the most morbid figures in my collection. Dead Optimus Prime from the 1986 movie. One more. And then we got, because it is Christmas Optimus Prime, which I picked him up a year ago. Oh, I did mention the Bayverse. So let me grab one of them. Put him away while I'm at it. Megatron from the Bayverse. So there is a lot of options. Now I probably sound like I'm in a tunnel again because I'm so far away. There we go. So there's a lot of options to work with in here. And, you know, for figures, I can do still unboxing. I have the Witcher, 2 different versions. Stranger Things are all locked on the wall right now. So, but definitely, I mean, oh, good. It did sound good when I was walking around. That's good to know. There's a lot of Super 7s. I did a series on the Beast Wars. I have a couple more I can still do. But definitely, there's a lot of options here on what I'd like to do with this channel and grow. Not just with the video games, but just, you know, like I keep saying, I'd like to work with a community and just give information that people might want to see and go from there with it. Because this is something I really do have a passion for, is collecting. I've been doing it since I was a kid back in the early 80s. And all jokes aside with all of that, it's something I've really enjoyed doing. It's helped me through a lot of stressful times in my life. Another one of my little friends here. So, yeah. We got a lot to go through. And definitely, it's something I really want to work with the community out there and see what we can do and what, especially what everybody's interested in. Because I know the Power Ranger videos really take off. And I definitely will be doing more of those. I have to research those. Those take me a while because I have to learn about each one that I do. I just don't want to throw it out. Here's the Megazord. Here's what it does. I'd like to give you a little backstory on, you know, like the Dino set I just did recently. I showed I have a second to do, and there's actually a third one too that I need to do. And then I have a couple others. I've got the movie, the last movie from 2017, I believe it was. We have that Megazord to cover and a few other things. So it's interesting. It's going to be fun. And I definitely appreciate everybody who's come on this journey with me so far. It's only been a few months. It sounds like it's been longer than that, but it's only been a few months and about almost 70 videos. And during this time, I really have enjoyed it. Oh, I forgot. There's one more set of figures I can work with. See them right over my head. We got the Predators. Kind of hard to see them. I got to fix the lighting in here. It's not the greatest. Like I said, I got about 30 something in a box put aside that I need to put out in display soon. But definitely, like I said, when you watch the video, definitely leave a comment on what you want to see. I will be going through the comments and taking a look at them and seeing what the options are. If there's any questions, feel free. See, told you I was going to stumble over my words. Feel free to ask them. I am going to start doing shorts on YouTube as well. That was a suggestion from my son. And it's going to show and showcase various parts of the collection, figures that I can work with, figures that you may not normally see. You know, especially in videos like this. Like I said, the lighting in this room is not always the greatest. I got to work on that. But it's something I'm working towards. And it's something that it's going to be fun, definitely. And I always say it's fun for me because I do have fun when I finally put the video out. I look at the video and I'm like, well, this is what I've done. And I can be proud of that. And like I say, usually up to the viewer on what's going to be up and what's going to be down. And I understand that. And all I got to say is, let's see what we can do. And like I said, to all the other reviewers out there for toys and collectibles and stuff, I give every one of them a thumbs up, you know, because it's not easy and they've been doing it longer than me. And definitely, I understand their the pain. Not fully, but got all the noises in the background. There was one figure I definitely wanted everybody's opinion on it. I got this figure, and this is a question I'm going to put out to the community. This is Legacy Elita 1. As a collector, what's your opinions on it? So what I will do is the day after Christmas, I will put up my answer on what I honestly feel about this figure. I do pick up pieces of my collection on occasion that I'm not thrilled with and that I do like. So I will definitely give you my opinions. I mean, you can pretty much guess my feeling by my reaction from it, but I'll give you a definite answer on my feelings on that figure. So that's a throw out to the community. I just want to hear what you have to say about that. And I'm going to ask questions like that. I want opinions back. I want to get feedback too. I'm not going to sit here and be arrogant and vain and say, well, how am I doing with the videos? Everybody's subjective. Everything we do is subjective in this stuff. So my opinion is going to differ from the next guy's opinion, which is going to differ from the next guy's opinion. All I can do is give you what I feel and go from there. So that's pretty much it. I mean, I think I covered all the stuff I wanted to cover today with everybody. Definitely. Drop a number. No, drop a number. Wow, hello. Drop a comment. Sometimes my brain does get scatterbrained, you know. But definitely drop a comment on what you feel, what you think. Any particular figure you might be interested in me reviewing. I can see if I have it in the collection. And if I have it, I will definitely put it in a rotation list. I will write it down. This way I know what it is. I do have some requests from people who personally know me, and I am getting to those. One of them is sitting back here right now. It just takes a little bit because once I start like a project, they asked me like when I first started the Constructicons, and I'm like, well, I've got 7 more videos. I have to, 6 more videos. I'm sorry, because I just done Scrapper. I need to do these 6 first. Then I can do that one. Yeah, that's not a problem. But definitely, I want to see what your comments are. And definitely, I keep saying definitely a lot. Wow, hello. I don't know if it's nervousness or just running out of things to say. I'm not one who always loves the sound of my own voice, so this is kind of fun. But so this is ALW. I say thank you very much to everybody who watches this, everybody who stops by, who leaves any comment, likes it. Anybody who wants to subscribe to seeing this, feel free. Always welcome. I thank you very much from the bottom of my heart to all of my channel subscribers, to anybody who's watched my videos. It is much appreciated. And it tells me that there is a very large collectible community out there. And I want to see a lot of them come together and just do things with this. You know, that's why I'm saying, if you have a question about a figure, throw a comment out. I will answer it if I can. I'm not always right on top of my questions. It takes me a couple days to get to them because of my work schedules. And other than this, I do work a full-time job, and I have other things that I do outside of this. This is more of my relaxing downtime, and I don't mind doing it because I love this stuff. So please feel free. You have a question about a figure, even if it sounds silly to you, I promise I'm not going to take it in a silly way. I will definitely answer any questions that you got. If I can't answer it, I will be honest and say I can't answer that. I'm not going to BS you or lie to you or do something that I don't think is comfortable. On that note, this is ALW. You have a good day. Thank you very much. Next one up on my channel will be Gigawatt, the Back to the Future crossover from 2020. And that's it. You all have a good day, and I'll catch you next time.